Hello.
Hello.
To what do we owe this pleasure of having you here with us today at AC Oulun?
I'm here because I'm the head coach for the A national team, and that means I want to know what's going on in Finland when it comes to football. So for me, it's a natural part of my job to visit the clubs. In this case, clubs that are playing in the first league. Not only the first team, but also how are they working and what are the challenges, what are they doing well, to develop young Finnish players that hopefully once in the future will play on the A team. So I think it's also an important part of my job to know what's going on and where do the players ending up in our A national team, where do they come from?
What did you know about AC Oulun before you came here?
Not that much, but that's more in general for the Finnish clubs in general. Before I got the job as a head coach, I knew a bit on Finnish football because I was a head coach in some Danish clubs, and once in a while we were also scouting and recruiting and looking at Finnish players playing in the Veikkausliiga. So I know the club by name, but that's more or less also it. And it's not to be rude or anything, but that's just a fact.
You've been the head coach of Huuhkajien for the past around 6 months now. What has been the most surprising thing to you about Finnish football?
No, I would not say any surprises. I'm happily surprised about when I work with the players that I call up for the national team. I'm happy about their mentality. I'm happy about their approach, to new input and the honor they put into playing for the national team. It has been maybe not a surprise, but then at least a positive surprise. And it's also, I don't know what I could expect, but that has been really, really positive. So I have some very good players I'm working with. I have a very good staff around me. There's a quite big staff on a national team, and there are some, the medical staff, for example, has a lot of experience, are very good. So when it comes to the football, it's many positive things. The whole organization, it's filled up with a lot of positive people that want the best for Finnish football. So the environment I came into, it has been a pleasure for me.
Coming back to what you just said, what kind of level do you think we're on as a national team on that big international level?
Yeah, we have a number somewhere around the 67, 69, but that's for me only a number. Of course, we wanna, we want to develop and end highest possible, and for us it's to qualify either for the World Cup or for the Euro, and we know in both cases it's hard and it has not happened a lot for Finnish football. So of course that's the final aim, but I'm more, spending all my energy on how do we get there, because that's the aim. It's indiscussable. That's why I said yes to this job, because I want to go there with the Finnish national team. But where I spend all my energy is on how we go there, and how do we work in the clubs, how do we get some good Finnish players that at the end can take us to the qualifiers.
What are some of the biggest development points that we need to work on as a team and you as a coach for us to be able to play on that higher next stage, one step closer to those bigger countries or national teams like Spain or France or Italy?
I think one key point is that when we play the camps and we play our games, it's important that we have players that are fit for fight and that are playing more or less regularly in the clubs, so they're not only warming the bench in the clubs where they play around in Europe. So we need players that are fully fit and playing a lot of minutes. I think that's actually a first good point where we should start. And then, of course, behind that, there are a lot of things going on in Finland. How do we develop players, and when they choose clubs outside Finland, what and which clubs do they choose, and do they play in their clubs? So we need players that are playing.
What are your plans for the rest of the summer?
I'll spend one more week in Finland, and then I'll go back to Denmark, and then preparation, watching players for the September camp where we play Norway and Poland. That's where my energy goes after one more week in Finland.
Hey, thank you very much for this. Good luck to you in your new position, and AC Oulun wishes you luck as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.